Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Michelle and today I'm going to be reviewing Sophia's War by Abby. Before I get into this video, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell and that like button, and let's start talking about Sophia's War. Sophia's War is about Sophia, and it is a very long story, but it's definitely very heartfelt and you will definitely be very engaged in the story all the way through, just as I was. The rating I would give for this book is probably a solid 9 out of 10. It was a really good book and I really didn't want to put it down. And I was just reading it for a really long time and I really liked it. It was also very informative. Told you a lot about the Revolutionary War, and that's kind of where this book takes place, except it's told from Sophia's point of view. And at the beginning of this book, Sophia starts out as a 12-year-old, and throughout the story she grows older. She learns new lessons and she's kind of struggling to survive because she notices that something's off. And that's kind of what this whole book is about, which is why I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. It was a really good book, that's for sure. And basically what happens at the start of this book is that her dad has gone to try and find a job. So now she's just here with her mom and her brother, and when her brother gets captured, she's really confused, she's really horrified as well because she sees them capture him, and she's all scared now, and she doesn't really know how to avenge her brother, but she definitely has the sort of willpower and sort of strength to be able to avenge her brother. But at this sort of time, women and girls, especially girls, they weren't really given much value or interest because back then people believed that women's opinions didn't really matter, that they were just kind of there for household work and just keeping the house ready for the family. And that is not true at all, but that's what everyone believed back at that time period. And so if Sophia wants to avenge her brother, she's going to have a very hard time doing it because of her age, and obviously the fact that she's a little girl right now and she has no idea what to do. Her father, he's like, he was someone who wrote in the newspaper a lot, and so he had an entire office with a bunch of important papers in it. And the soldiers, they come to live with Sophia and her mom for, a few weeks, a few days, so that they can kind of patrol the area and make sure that they're not doing anything wrong, while also kind of going through their house, just because they know that her dad kind of had an outlet with the newspaper and that he could have had some important papers or things against the army. So that's kind of what they were there for, and Sophia doesn't like them at all. One of them she finds particularly interesting, more about that in the book, but that one soldier she actually sees later on in the book when she grows up, and that soldier doesn't exactly recognize her when she grows up. So this book is definitely like an entire spiral of different things that have just happened, and also just watching Sophia grow up. This book is a bit gory because of the fact that it takes part in a war, and Sophia is also pretty much taking her place in the war. She's trying to stand up for her brother and her family. She's trying to avenge everyone. And I think the first time that she kind of realized that it was something that she was going to end up doing was when she saw someone get hung. And she saw it in front of her eyes, like her and her mom were just walking home and they saw this happen, and she was horrified, and it talks about that in the book, and I just thought that that was a very sad part that took place in the book. That's kind of what's happening in the book. She's really just trying to avenge people, and eventually she becomes a spy. So like I said, it's showing how she grew up, and when she's older, she's working in a house as a maid, and she's actually a spy. She runs into someone who's going to help her avenge her brother, who's going to try and help her to break her brother out of prison. And so he sends her over to a house to become a maid, and she's a spy at that house because the soldier the soldier that she found interesting when she was a young little girl. That same soldier lives in that house, and he is a very important person in the army now. He has a lot of important information on him, and he is obviously Sophia's enemy. And so Sophia, being a maid in that house, has an advantage. She can go into his office, clean his office, but also look at some of the papers, the important papers that are in that office. And she has a very important job, and when she finds out that that the other army is plotting something that may ruin her side's plans if it succeeds, she realizes that she has a very important part in this war, and that she has to do much more than spy now. She has to change a lot while dealing with the fact that she is a girl, and so people won't really give her importance unless she goes and gets it. So that's what this book is about. Here's another look at it, Sophia'swar by Abby. If you want to get this book, make sure you check out the description box below, where I will leave the links for Amazon, Google Books, and Barnes & Nobles. For Google Books, if you click on the link on the bottom right corner, you can see if it's available at your nearest library. If not, then what libraries it's available at. And I just thought that was really cool, so I decided to mention that. And as you guys know, I have a sneak peek to my book reviews where I show you guys what the next book I'm going to be reviewing looks like, and it is called Breakout. Very exciting book, and it's by Kate Mesner. I hope you guys are excited for this book review. As you can see, it's a very, very thick novel, so I'm probably going to have a lot to say about it. But I post every Sunday if you guys want to be on the lookout for that video. Let me know what sorts of videos you guys would like to see from me. And that's it for today. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys next Sunday with a new video. Bye!